Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So my last update about this is Faith was how Sherlyn and Mahira were trying hard to get rid of Mahesh that just came out of coma, and suddenly Mahesh saw Pawan, that is Prithvi's brother, and he was trying to recollect if he could remember that it was Prithvi's brother that they were doing evil together, that they tried to kill him that day. So that was what we looked at the last time, and if you are yet to watch that, please, the link will be up in the card and it will be in the description box below. Let's continue from there. Pawan asks Mahesh if he has seen Prithvi Malhotra because he is not able to find him, and Pawan looks curiously at Mahesh, and Mahesh realized that Pawan came to his office, and there they got into an argument after he was forced to throw Pawan out, and Pawan once again asks Mahesh about Prithvi, and Mahesh, dropping the stick in his hand, holds Pawan by his neck, then asks if Pawan did not recognize him because he has realized the truth behind Prithvi's plan with the help of Pawan. Mahesh feels that he has understood the complete truth now, so it is even good that he did not reveal Sherlyn and Prithvi's truth before, because it would not have been the complete truth. And he told Pawan that this is the reason Rishabh was not able to recognize Prithvi, and now he knows that the sense of knowing Prithvi was because he is Pawan's brother. And Pawan tries to calm Mahesh down, but Mahesh insists that he would reveal the truth to his entire family, and he walks away. Pawan, saying that Mahesh is going to reveal their truths to the entire family, quickly takes out his locket and wrapped it around his hand, and it turns into a knife, and he follows Mahesh after applying color on his face so that nobody would be able to recognize him. And Mahira wonders what Pawan would do next, so she decides to quickly change her clothes and inform Sherlyn that Pawan has arrived. Sherlyn angrily poured the kerosene on the curtains and the floor, saying that if she is not able to fulfill her plan with Prithvi, then she would kill the entire Luthra family, and she lights a matchstick, and she thinks that when Preeta was questioning Prithvi and he was murmuring the truth, so she knows that they would be exposed soon, and she was about to throw the matchstick on the kerosene and burn the entire house down, but Mahira stops her, asking if she has gone mad for trying to burn the entire house. Sherlyn asks Mahira if she doesn't understand that Preeta would be able to question Prithvi and come to know of the truth, and Mahira tries to calm Sherlyn down, but Sherlyn asks if she cannot understand that Prithvi is going to ruin their plan by revealing the truth about them because he is under the influence of alcohol, and Sherlyn was adamant to burn the house, but Mahira forced her to listen to what she is trying to say, and Sherlyn stops. Mahira says that she knows that Sherlyn is the champion, but in their hurry, how could they forget about Pawan? And Sherlyn asks Mahira not to mention Pawan's name, and Mahira explains that Pawan has indeed come to the house, and she thinks that he is the one taking care of Mahesh at the moment, and it would soon end Mahesh's life. Sherlyn explains that if Pawan has truly arrived and Mahesh has recognized him, then that would be Mahesh's last day because Pawan would surely kill him. And Sherlyn says that how bad Mahesh's life is because during the last holy celebration, Mahesh came out of coma, but Mahira pushed him from the stairs, and this time, Pawan would surely kill Mahesh finally on another holy celebration. Sherlyn says that they are safe now because Pawan would look after Mahesh, and now they are safe. But Mahira was still worried if their plan might fail, and Sherlyn reveals that she has a second plan, and the second plan is that she would end up burning down the entire house, and Mahira says that she can also do the task. Sherlyn and Mahira reached the room where Preeta was questioning Prithvi, and Mahira was worried and feels that they would be able to question Prithvi to the extent that he would reveal the entire truth. But Sherlyn says that she has an idea about what to do, so she ordered Mahira to hide. Prithvi was still not speaking the entire truth, and Preeta once again questions him, and Sherlyn goes into the room and explains that Mahesh is calling everyone, and they all rush downstairs, but Shriti was still waiting, and Sherlyn says that Mahesh is calling Shriti as well. Shriti doesn't want to leave Prithvi there alone, but she later decided to go and see Mahesh that Sherlyn lied that he was calling everyone. But Shriti torments Sherlyn before going by saying that Prithvi might try to reveal the name of the person who pushed him from the staircase, and that will be the end of the person, and Shriti leaves the room. Mahesh was rushing in the hall and Pawan was following him with the knife, but he was not able to catch him. And Mahesh was about to stumble, but Karan rushed to his aid and helps him before he fall down. And Karan was calming Mahesh down, but Mahesh was not relaxing as he was just panting. And Raki, along with the entire family, comes there, asking that what has happened. Mahesh goes to Bito questioning if he remembers what happened in 2010, but they were not able to understand, and Mahesh reveals that he along with Rishabh was busy in the business while Karan was practicing his cricket, and Preeta along with Raki pleaded with Mahesh to calm down, but Mahesh insists on revealing a truth, and Sherlyn was worried, thinking that if Mahesh says the truth that was in his heart, then they would be ruined, and the doors of the Lutra's house would be closed on them, while jail door would be open for them instead. Pawan was trying to find a way to kill Mahesh, and he wonders how he could not recognize their biggest enemy when he first saw him, and now he must kill him. Prithvi was in the room and he wakes up with a severe pain in his head, and he was happy that he won the competition from Karan, but he wonders where his mobile phone is, and after seeing the phone, he picked it up and he was shocked to see from the recording on his phone that Karan cheated him during the game by secretly throwing his drink away. Later, from the same video, Prithvi realized that Preeta was trying to question him to reveal the truth, and he was worried if he might have revealed the truth under the influence of alcohol, and he sees that Sherlyn was poking him from the video, and he gets angry with Sherlyn. But then he realized that Sherlyn and Mahira were trying to save him, and he gets angry with Preeta for trying to find out his truth, and he says to himself that no one can come to know of his truth until he reveals it by himself. Prithvi then gets a message from Pawan, who mentions that he was not able to find him and he has come to the Lutra mansion, and Prithvi wonders why Pawan is in the Lutra mansion and he was worried. On the other hand, Mahesh was restlessly pointing at the door, saying that he was being followed and there is someone there that wants to kill him, but Karan says that it is just Mahesh's mind because there is no one at the corridor. Mahesh was restless and he was telling everyone that someone was following him to kill him, but everyone did not want him to overstress himself because the doctor had warned them earlier that any unnecessary stress would make him go back to coma, and the doctor helps him to sit on the chair and he starts giving him the medical aid, while Raki keeps asking the doctor what has happened to him. Prithvi also comes there and he was shocked seeing Mahesh, and he prays that Mahesh should go back to coma once again, because if that doesn't happen, then he would have to kill Mahesh, and he looks at Sherlyn, who signals to him towards Pawan, who was hiding close to them, and Prithvi was seriously worried while Mahesh was being attended to by the doctor because he has overstressed himself. Raki asked the doctor what happened to Mahesh because he was fine just a while ago, and Prithvi looks at Sherlyn, who signals to the other side of the wall where he sees Pawan hiding. He then looks at Mahesh, who tries to run away. Mahesh falls when Raki asks Shruti to bring some water for him, and Mahesh was constantly looking at Pawan and he starts drinking the water, and he looks at Mahira, who was worried, and then Sherlyn signals to Mahira to walk away. Janki was talking with Girish on the phone, not believing what he was saying, and Sarla comes back explaining that the neighbors apply a lot of color, but they cannot even say anything to them, and she asks Janki why is she crying with a smile, and Janki asks Sarla to talk with Girish, and Sarla takes the phone in her hand asking Girish if everything is alright in the Lutra house. Girish explains that Mahesh has woken from the coma, so everyone is with him, and Sarla also gets happy, then asks Janki to make something sweet as they will take it and greet the Lutra family, and she started crying, thinking that Mahesh is the only one who knows the truth and can end the misunderstanding that exists between their families, and thank goodness that he is awake now and he would be able to expose the evildoers. The Lutra family were trying to calm Mahesh down. However, he stands up pointing at Prithvi, but they couldn't understand what he was trying to tell them because he was already stressed out and he couldn't talk to them properly. And Karan asks Mahesh who is trying to harm his family, and he must tell him the person's name so that he can harm the person that is responsible for their family misfortune. But Mahesh was still struggling, and Karan asks Suresh to take Mahesh inside. Prithvi, along with Sherlyn and Mahira, were excited that Mahesh couldn't mention their names, and Karan asked the doctor that what is wrong with Mahesh, and the doctor says that the medicine that was given to Mahesh did its wonders, but it has left a side effect on his health. The doctor says that Mahesh has woken from coma, but he has started to forget things easily, and they must not think that it is permanent, as he would sometimes remember and speak to them. But for now, they should not overstress him, and this situation would also end after some time, and Prithvi quickly signals to Pawan that was still hiding to run. Karan was standing and he gets the call from the ACP, who asks if all the family members are present with him, and he asks Karan to place the phone on speaker, and he advised them not to apply any color or walk out of their house because a certain chemicals are mixed that cause a lot of problems, and it is not a threat of the police officer but a warning from a citizen because he doesn't want the police to come and not be able to arrest anyone. The ACP said that he has only one rule, that when the police arrive at the Lutra house, then they should be able to arrest the person that is responsible for Akshay's murder, because the police investigation about Akshay's death would continue after the Holi celebration. After the ACP was done talking on the phone, Karan asked everyone not to pay any attention to what the ACP said, and he leaves to be with Mahesh. Pawan meets with Prithvi and asks him asking what he is doing here, and Pawan says that their mother told him that Prithvi was in the Lutra house, so he came to meet him, and they both wish each other happy Holi. And also Pawan applies the color on Prithvi, and Pawan asks Prithvi why he did not inform him about Mahesh's recovery, and Prithvi accepts that it was his fault because he forgot, and it was an opportunity that he forgot at the last moment, otherwise they would have gotten into a big trouble. Prithvi reveals how he remembers everything that the Lutras did to them, and he cannot forget it, but he wants Pawan to forget about everything because he doesn't want him to live in such horror, because he could do anything for his brother. Prithvi says that he would make the Lutras pay for what they did to him and Sherlyn, causing them to come on the road with what they have done to them, and Prithvi asks Pawan to leave and he turns, but he then once again asks Pawan before leaving. Prithvi was crying and Sherlyn comes asking what was the reason for his crying, and Prithvi says that his cries now are nothing compared to the cries which the Lutras would have to bear, and Sherlyn says that it would only happen when Prithvi get out of Preeta's trap and focus on their plans, and Prithvi remembers that Preeta was questioning him about the truth, and then Prithvi told Sherlyn that Preeta has crossed all the limits for doing that and he would not forgive her. Sherlyn explains that there is something else because the injection that she gave to Mahesh was left with him, and Suresh found it, and she saw Suresh giving the remaining injection to a man in order to find out about the content of the injection, and Prithvi was worried, but Sherlyn asked him not to worry because she has taken care of the situation, and Prithvi then mentions that there is something else and they have to worry about the ACP and Akshay's murder's investigation. Preeta was with Krithika, who says that she is really worried about what would happen, and Preeta says that she doesn't have to worry about anything because she did not even go close to the hotel, and it was Preeta that went close to Akshay before his death. But Krithika was worried and she asked Preeta why she is tensed. Preeta explains that there are cameras in the hotel and all the hotels have the cameras installed, which the ACP can see and realize that she was also at the hotel that day. Krithika says that another problem is when Preeta in her self-defense hit Akshay with a tray and he fell unconscious. Then that can be seen on camera, and maybe that would have been the proof that the ACP was talking about, and Preeta immediately looks worried. Prithvi explains to Sherlyn that there is nothing to worry about, and they both plan to destroy the footage before the ACP gets his hands on it. And on the other hand, Krithika also advised Preeta that they should go to the hotel and destroy the CCTV footage before the ACP would get his hand on it, and Preeta agreed to do that. Prithvi was about to leave, but Sherlyn comes to sit with him, and Prithvi asks that what is she doing, and Sherlyn reveals that she would go with Prithvi to destroy the proofs because she knows that Prithvi always ruins their plans at the last minute, and Prithvi asks that what does Sherlyn have in her hands, and Sherlyn reveals that it is the dress that Raki gifted her and she has not even opened it. Prithvi asks that what would they do with the woman dress, and Sherlyn reveals that Prithvi would wear the dress and pretend to be a woman and cover his face with the dupatta so that the evidence which he left the last time could be deleted, and she asks him to speed up, otherwise someone will see them there, and they leave. Krithika asks Preeta if she is dressed properly, and Preeta explains that she is looking exactly like a manager and she should not be nervous as this might ruin their plan. And Krithika explains that she is only nervous around the police, and Preeta requests Krithika to be quiet and heads into the staff room. The police inspector explains that the ACP is not working as this is his first Oli, and the constable asks if they are not worthy to celebrate the Oli as well, and the inspector explains that the ACP has vowed not to rest until they get the culprit. Sherlyn stands in front of the staff room at the hotel calling Prithvi, and Prithvi angrily comes there saying that he is not happy because he had to shave his beard because of Sherlyn's plan, and he asks for the suit so that he can change. However, Sherlyn explains that she has booked a room at the hotel for the two of them, and Prithvi gets angry asking why Sherlyn booked the room in the same hotel where he had committed a crime, and Sherlyn says that she had used a fake ID, so she lives with him so that they can quickly destroy the CCTV evidence and leave the hotel before they are caught. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching till the end, and I will see you all again in my next video. Please stay blessed, stay happy, and please love each other dearly. Bye guys.